This is Arakan Times Daily News brought to you by Rohingya Imagination. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Ziauddin. Today, Tuesday, 21 June 2016, headlines. Rohingyas directed to be called Rakhine State Muslims. Rohingyas in Aung Mingla are in more terrible situation than Hitler's ghettos. Myanmar must address serious human rights violations against minorities, says UN Rights Chief. The Burmese government on Friday asked the international community at the UN to use Rakhine State Muslims for Rohingya community in the Rakhine or Arakan state. Burmese government representative to the 32nd UN Human Rights Council, advised as saying, for the sake of harmony and mutual trust between the two communities, it is advisable for everyone to use the term the Muslim community in the Rakhine state. On the UN Special Representative's Myanmar KIA reports that Myanmar is one of the few countries where terrorism comes from religious fundamentalism. The Burmese representative defended her country as saying, I would like to stress that in Myanmar there is nothing like Buddhist fundamentalism. She also wants that her government will not accept the name Rohingya as it may make the matter worse. The Muslim community, whom has been denied for self-identification and basic fundamental rights in their native land, has been termed as Bengali, which means immigrants from Bangladesh, by the previous military-backed government. The new democratic government led by Aung San Suu Kyi too refuses the community's self-identification, instead requesting foreign countries and international community to change the use of the original name. Rohingyas in Aung Mingla quarter of SITEMAP, which is the capital of Arakan state, under Suu Kyi government have been in the worse situation than Hitler ghettos. A state councillor Aung San Suu Kyi formed a committee for peace, stability and development in Arakan state, consisting of 27 officials including all government cabinet ministers and Arakan state representatives. Aung Mingla is the only Rohingya quarter in the capital which remains unburnt during state-sponsored violence in 2012. After the violence, there were more than 12,000 Rohingyas in the quarter, but as restrictions of authority caused life very difficult, many Rohingyas left and nearly 4,000 remains now. When the Honorable George Soros, a man of heart and also a victim of Hitler's discrimination against Jews, came to Aung Mingla during the administration and saw the situation, he commented it exactly similar ghettos of Nazi Hitler. U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, Fortify Rights, United to End Genocide, and ASEAN Parliamentary for Human Rights have documented abuses and warned about the high risks of genocide and mass atrocities in Myanmar. Yale Law School's Human Rights Clinic has found strong evidences that Rohingya genocide is already taking place in Arakan State, Myanmar. Issuing a new report on the situation of minorities in Myanmar, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Zeid Ra'ad al-Hussein, has urged the government to take concrete steps to end systematic discrimination and ongoing human rights violations against minority communities, particularly Rohingya Muslims in Arakan State. The report, requested by the UN Human Rights Council in July 2015, documents a wide range of rights violations including arbitrary deprivation of nationality, severe restrictions on freedom of movement, threats to life and security, denial of rights to health and education, forced labor, sexual violence, and limitations to political rights. It also notes that for those formally charged, their fair trial guarantees are often not respected. The report also raises the possibility that the pattern of violence against Rohingyas may amount to crimes against humanity. Among the report's findings is that in northern Rakhine state, arbitrary arrest and detention of Rohingya remains widespread. Arrests are often carried out without grounds, formal processing or charges until release is secured by payment of a bribe. For those formally charged, fair trial guarantees are often not respected. Rakhine has been one of the lowest literary rate states in the country, and non-citizens, including Rohingya, are excluded from studying certain professionals, including medicine, economics, and engineering. Some 30,000 Muslim children in IDP camps depend on temporary learning spaces supported by the humanitarian organizations. The consequences of lost years of education are devastating for future livelihood opportunities and the ability of Rohingyas and Khmer youth to contribute to Myanmar's development, the report states.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.